Everyone, it's Lorelei here, and what you're looking at is just one of many beautiful appliques that I have removed from the gown called Lorelei. And I have another gown that has very similar appliques that will be coming up hopefully within the next few days. Depends on how long it takes me to take it apart. That is the Emma gown. You can see a preview of Emma on one of my latest videos. I think it's the one, it's titled something like Preview of 2 Wedding Gowns. And it was taken within the last, I don't know, week or so. So before I get into this, just a couple of little things I wanted to say. If you are expecting a package from me, I believe I have shipped everything. If you haven't heard from me, if you have any questions, please send me a PM. But I do believe I have shipped everything out. What else did I want to say? A huge thank you to everybody who has put comments on my videos and sent me messages with telling me that they were concerned or sorry that I was having some troubles and that my daughters were sick and I was sick and stuff. And I haven't had a chance yet to reply to everybody personally, and if I don't, please excuse that. Know that I always read every single comment and message, and everything really means a lot to me. I super appreciate it. One more thing is that one of the troubles I have with orders is not knowing whose orders come in first when I get orders both in comments down below there and personal messages. So I've decided this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take personal messages first, as if I have any doubts, I will take the personal message over the comment. So please, if you can, send me a personal message instead. I know that when you're looking on your phone, you cannot do personal messages, so you have to leave the comments. If you need to leave a comment, if you would put the time on there that you put the comment, that would really help me too. Because sometimes then I can figure out sort of what order things came in, because I have times that I can look up for the incoming messages, if that makes sense. Okay? Alright, so let's get started. So as I said, this is the Lorelei gown. So one thing that's very special about these appliques, and that you honestly don't find terribly often, is the sequins. And I'm hoping that you can tell these are actually iridescent. They're not just the clear, they actually have that thing that picks up different colors and looks different colors according to how the light hits them. They're extra gorgeous. So I have many different pieces. A couple of the things I show you, a few of the things I show you may be already spoken for. I'm going to show everything, so please go ahead and ask me, but I may have pieces that are not available. I'm waiting to hear back from somebody. Okay, so let's see here. This is the single, and this is number 1. This is what a single is going to look like. They're all very similar. Some of them will be facing the opposite direction. Some of them, like this one, are on a very sheer fabric. Some of them are on a slightly more stiff tool, but they're still, look, see, very flexible. They're not that super scratchy tool. Let's see what we're talking about. Look at that. 7.5 inches by about 3 inches. Now, when I'm taking these off the gown, this whole area is great, but these pieces at the very end, sometimes you're going to see a little bit of damage like this, okay? There's really nothing you can do about it. These parts are sewn directly onto the gown and very difficult to remove without any damage. You can actually see that this backing ends, and so you get these edges. A lot of times what I do is I just cut this piece off, okay? Or you can even trim it like that. Take it off like that. So these are my singles. And I'm asking $1 each. I have 31 of these available, believe it or not, 31. Okay, then this is kind of like with another gown I did recently. We have doubles, and this is basically exactly the same thing that I just showed you, but the two flower flourishes are sort of put together, and then there's sort of a little extra thing in the middle. So this is a double. I only have 3 of these available. These are $2 each. And I also thought, see, when you have it in this direction, kind of looks like a shooting star too, doesn't it? I think these are really beautiful. This is one of my absolute favorite kinds of appliques. And then I don't think I can zoom out anymore, so it's going to be hard to see. I'm going to move the camera real quick. But right there, see? That is a triple. I only have 2 triples available, and they are just $3. Again, you just have the 3 pieces, only they are attached. Can you take them apart? Yep. If you want to, you can take them apart right there. And then you'd have to be very careful right here just to get in between those leaf edges, okay? But you certainly could take them apart if you wanted to. Then moving on, number 4 is what I call a medium fancy piece. And it is this right here. Let's do a size check. Let's see how big this one is. It is about 9 inches by about 5.5 at the widest point. So sort of a medallion piece. Has a little heavier beading on it. I'll zoom in and show you some detail there on that flower. Super pretty, and see how you're seeing the different colors pop up on those sequins there? Gorgeous piece. So this is a medium fancy. I have 3 available. Oh, I'm sorry, I have 2 available, and they are $3 a piece. Okay, medium fancy, number 4, 2 available, $3 each. Next, I have a 7-piece set. So in this 7-piece set, you're going to receive 2 of these. These are actually smaller than the other ones. They're about 2 inches smaller, okay? But otherwise, basically the same thing. And you're going to receive 3 of these, which are these tiny medallions with this work at the end here. And look at that. It's really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. And then 2 of these, which are also medallions, and the only difference between these is that this piece didn't come out well, and so I cut it off, okay? So you're going to get 2 of these, 3 of these, 2 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. So that's the 7-piece set, just 1 available of those, and that is $6 for the set, okay? And of course now I have no idea where I put the rest of the set, but oh well. And then the final one that I have out right now, before I pause my video, is a small medallion. Again, let's just check and see what we're talking about in terms of length. About 8 inches by 5 inches. Very pretty shape, this one. It's on the very sheer backing. And just gorgeous. Okay. Beautiful piece. This is number 6. I only have 1 available, and I am asking just $2.50 for this piece. I'm going to pause the video and put my next set out. Okay, hold on. Okie dokie, I'm back. There are so many pieces here, and so many of them are large, that it's actually very tricky to keep them all organized. So this is number 6. This is called a sleeve medallion. I got 2 of these from the sleeves, and then there was an extra one somewhere on the dress, which I didn't realize they were the same until I was just looking at them to organize. So, starts with a mini medallion at the top. Then you have 2 very beautiful flower flourishes, and then a large medallion followed by sort of a scalloped piece at the bottom. It is big. Let me check. You could see it was basically the same length as my tissue paper, give or take a couple inches. It's like 17.5 inches there, and the widest part is about 7. Okay, so sleeve medallions, number 7, 3 available, and I'm asking $3.50 per sleeve medallion, and they are all backed with tulle. Okay, and ready to go, ready to use. The next item I have now, some of these we're getting into now are going to be satin-backed. And that is generally items from the bodice. And I'm going to show you why you cannot remove them. Because unfortunately what you get into a lot of times with the bodice, and this is just loose threads, guys, is that the stitches that attach the applique, which is these tiny ones here, are not distinct from the stitches like this one here that keep the beading in place. Now, I did come up with an idea. I have not tried this myself, but I have an idea, which is that you could possibly glue the entire back, like put some kind of a glue or similar substance on the entire back part that would hold all these stitches in place and then cut it out. I will actually give that a shot at some point, but I just cannot do it right now. So consequently, I'm just going to offer this as is. So this is a satin flourish, I'm calling it. I have 2 of these available. I always charge less for anything that's on satin. This is 15 by what, 3 to 3.5 inches. Number 8, satin flourish, 2 available, $1.50 for that. The next piece, now I think this is sold, but if you are interested, please go ahead and do let me know in case this person, in case I misunderstood or she doesn't want it. This is gorgeous. As you can see, very, very vintage looking, this piece. I do believe this is some like dirt discoloration on there, and on the back, as you can see, this was definitely a gown that was worn because you've got a lot of this makeup on the back. Does it hurt the piece? Does it hurt the beauty of the piece on the front? I don't think so. Do you? So utterly gorgeous neckline piece, $3.50 for this one piece, and I only have the one, obviously, of that. You only have one neck. I hope you only have one neck. That would be weird if you had more than one. Okay, this next one is a satin piece with large dangles. As many of you will know, I call these dangles, these like pearly things that hang down. So what we have here is again satin-backed. From the top of the V, which you can't even see right now, to the bottom is 14 inches. The width there is about 8 inches. You can see here where the iridescence really, really kicks up for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the different backing material, but boy, you can tell with these that they're iridescent. So we have these gorgeous dangles. And how many of them are there? Let me see, I can count. There's a group of 3 there. And I think that's the only group. And then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, somewhere around there throughout the piece. So again, you've got sort of these, you've got these gorgeous floral flourish pieces going down. You've got a medallion there, and then you've got the scalloped piece. So this is number 10, satin piece large with dangles. I just have one of these available, and I'm asking $3 for this piece. And again, you cannot remove it as is. You would have to be creative, figure out what you wanted to do with it, or try the glue method, which I do not guarantee works. I'm hoping it does. I have one other satin piece, which is this. Again, has lots of dangles, has the 3-piece dangle right there that you can see. Beautiful flourish. But it doesn't have the scallop piece the same as, or it has the scallop piece, it doesn't have the medallion. Other than that, I believe it's the same as the piece I just showed you. This is number 11, and I'm asking $2.50, and I just have one of those. I'm now going to show you the bodice piece. This is another piece that I believe is spoken for, but I'm going to show you in case it turns out she does not want this. So it is stunning. It's absolutely stunning. So you have this, again, this flourish, a medallion, a flower on either side, okay? And then you get up into the heavy, heavy, heavy beadwork, and I'm going to zoom in and show you. I mean, these flowers, look at that. They're just beads, except for where, right there where there's those few sequins. They're all beads. You've got a very nice, how many piece? 5-piece dangle. Right there, I'll zoom out. Whoops, zoom out again. Then you go up, you have another 5-piece dangle here, and on the other side, you've got this gorgeous medallion up the top, which, sorry, going out of the camera range there, and that goes into another area. And the whole area up the top there, heavy, heavy, heavy beading, okay? So, gorgeous piece, very large. This bottom part, this is very common in wedding gowns, hangs off of the bodice. There is a little bit of damage right there from removing it, and the same right there. The rest is satin-backed. Let me get the length again. So 17 inches or 20 inches if I measured on the diagonal. The widest part up here is about 11. Let me show you the back. Again, you have this issue where the stitches holding the beads on are not always particularly separated from the stitches holding the pieces on, okay? So you're going to have to be, if you want to take this apart, you're going to have to be careful. You're going to have to be creative about it. But I do believe it can be done. So this is the bodice. I'm asking just $6 for this. And of course, I only have one of these, okay? We are almost there. This is my second to last piece. This is an uncut piece. And this would be good if you want to try doing your own seam picking, seam ripping. These can be removed with a seam ripper. See? Like that. Basically what it was, I got to this piece and I just ran out of steam. So I said, you know what? I'm going to offer it as is. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the beautiful the ones that I was doing for Dala there. And you have a mini medallion piece. And then you have a huge medallion as well with that gorgeous scalloping there. Okay, so this is the uncut piece. I am asking $7.50 for this. If you really, really want all of these and you cannot do it yourself or really don't want to, ask me about it. I will do it. The price will be higher. Okay? All right. And then the final thing is the hem piece. Now, the actual hem, proper hem from the gown, is already spoken for. And I'm not showing you that. What I'm showing you here is the extra. This is so weird, but a lot of wedding gowns have this. It goes up the train. So this is what the hem looks like. It is not overly fancy, but it's very pretty. Just has the 2 sizes of pearls and a scattering of sequins. This can be removed. You can seam pick this and remove it. Okay, see those stitches there? Takes a long time to do it, especially because these pieces, you can see even without me like doing anything, they start to come apart. Okay, so that is the points where you have to be so careful. I have 6 yards of this available. I'm asking $12 for the entire piece. If you want some but don't want to whole 6 yards, let me know. I will show you there's one floor which is just this stain right here, but you're going to be taking this off anyway, right? I would presume. Some of the pieces also have, let me show you, some tulle attached where I just haven't cut that off, and that will come off without too much trouble. Okay, so that is everything from Lorelei. As I said, please, if you can, private message me. Sorry this video took so long. As you can see, there's so much on this gown. It was just chock a block. Hope to hear from a lot of you. Stay tuned for Emma coming up before too long. And again, thank you so much. Thank you to my friends. Thank you to those of you who are so kind and generous. And I hope to be speaking to many of you soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.